Ever heard about the guy who booked a flight to Tokyo but ended up in Ohio because he couldn't spell? Well, lucky for you, this video won't take you on such a detour. Welcome to a city that never sleeps, where tradition meets innovation, and where the sun first peeks its head above the horizon. Tokyo, Japan. As one of the most bustling metropolises on the planet, Tokyo is a wonder-filled playground of high-tech wizardry and ancient customs, all wrapped up in a neat sushi roll. Tokyo is like a perfectly brewed cup of matcha tea, a unique blend of the old and the new. Here, skyscrapers stand tall next to centuries-old temples, and neon-lit streets intersect with tranquil cherry blossom parks. This city is an exhilarating whirlwind of sights, sounds, and tastes that would make any travel enthusiast heart race faster than a bullet train. So, put on your travel shoes, grab your adventure hat, and buckle up. Stick around, and let's not end up in Ohio, shall we? Ever wanted to touch the sky without boarding a plane? Tokyo's Skytree might be your best bet. This colossal structure stands tall in the heart of Tokyo, reaching up to a staggering 634 meters. That's twice the height of the Eiffel Tower. It's like Jack's beanstalk, only it's made of steel and glass and there's no giant at the top. Thank goodness. From the Skytree's observation deck, you can catch a bird's-eye view of Tokyo that's second to none. On a clear day, you might even spot Mount Fuji's iconic snow-capped peak in the distance. It's a sight that'll leave you feeling like a giant surveying a sprawling miniature city. And here's a fun fact. The Skytree is not just a tourist attraction, it's also a broadcasting tower, beaming out signals across Tokyo. So while you're up there admiring the view, you're literally in the middle of the airwaves. So, if you fancy a head-in-the-clouds moment, you know where to go. If you're seeking some wisdom, why not visit a place older than your great-grandma and see what it has to say? Let's saunter over to the Sensoji Temple, a grand old dame in the heart of Tokyo. This temple has been around for more than a millennium, and she's seen it all. From the rise and fall of dynasties to the evolution of sushi, she's been a silent observer, standing tall and weathering storms. Now, what can you do here, you ask? Well, aside from soaking up the history, you can also engage in some good old-fashioned fortune-telling. You've heard of horoscopes, right? Well, here they've got omikuji, fortune-telling paper strips. Just shake a box full of sticks, pull one out, and match the number to a drawer. Now, I ain't saying they're more reliable than your daily horoscope, but they do add a dash of ancient wisdom to your day. Who knows? You might just find the answers you've been looking for, or not. Ever played Frogger and thought this should be an Olympic sport? Well, welcome to the Shibuya crossing. This bustling intersection is Tokyo's very own real-life version of the classic arcade game. Every green light, hundreds of folks swarm from all directions, weaving their way to the other side. Now, you might think it's a chaotic dance, but it's more like an art form. Imagine it. You're standing there with the Tokyo skyline as your backdrop, the hum of the city in your ears, and then the light changes. It's your turn to play. You step off the curb and into the grid, a sea of people moving in sync like a well-choreographed ballet. But don't be fooled, this isn't Swan Lake, it's more like a game of human pinball. Remember, the goal is to get to the other side without bumping into 100 people. Good luck. So, you've touched the sky, got some ancient wisdom, and survived the human Frogger. What's next? Well, how about wrapping it all up in a kimono? Our journey through Tokyo has been a whirlwind of sights, sounds, and yes, even a bit of chaos. We've scaled the heights of the Tokyo Skytree, soaked up the serenity at the temple that's older than your great-grandma, and played a real-life game of Frogger across the bustling streets. Oh, and let's not forget those hilarious attempts at spelling Tokyo. I mean, who knew there were so many ways to misspell a 5-letter word? So, if you're planning your own Tokyo adventure, you might want to start practicing your Frogger dodges and maybe even invest in a good old-fashioned dictionary. And if you find yourself in Ohio instead of Tokyo, don't fret. Just remember, Ohio's got some charm too, but it's no Tokyo, that's for sure. And remember, if all else fails, there's always Ohio.